Rashad, why you
Anyway,
didn't hit me up?
What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
brother, I love you, brother. Trump, lit,
What's up, Rashad?
yeah.
What it do, boy?
We walking around the world.
We gonna be okay. What's up, everybody? My name is Rashad. If you're new to the channel, this is the road to 10K subs. If you're not, then get the heck up out of my section. I don't even know what I'm saying, but I gotta keep it going off the top because I'm just playing on that. I'm dead serious. Everybody knows how your boy get delirious when I don't get enough sleep or food or water in my system because it's good for. Hold on, man. I don't even know what I'm saying, man. Welcome back to the channel, bro. Let's get into it without further ado. Game 2 of the WNBA Finals was yesterday, and man, it was a blowout. It was a blowout. I guess the most interesting parts of the game was that like Lloyd performed at halftime, and it was all over the broadcast. And then I remember it was what else happened? Usher was there with his son, and I thought it was interesting. And it was kind of like impressive to me that Usher was there because Usher was like just in Atlanta performing at the Breezy Bowl. And that was literally what felt like, I don't know how long ago that was, but it felt like he was there Friday night. And then so to see him like early Sunday on West Coast time at the Vegas Aces game was pretty cool with his son. So anyways, regardless, Lloyd, he bowed down to Angel afterwards. To Asia afterwards, and then he took a picture with Jewel Lloyd with her jersey in the back of her jersey and things of that sort. So there was that. Vegas, it seems like they figured Phoenix out. Game 1 was close. Phoenix definitely should have won it, but they weren't executing late. And then and then late, it was just like Vegas just pulled away in game 2, bro. Like it wasn't even close. It was a huge difference in talent. Satu got banged up with about 4 minutes left. I don't know why she was even in the game. And Asia was guarding her at the time where she got banged up. So that was even worse. It was like, why was Asia still in the game and why was Satu still in the game? It's a 7-game series. It's not a 5-game series. You can go down 2-0 and still win. You know, look at Miami Heat 2006. Look at where the Dallas Mavericks down 2-0 against the Heat in 2011. They did a reverse them. I cannot remember off the top, but it might have been the case. You know, it's just been multiple situations of people being down 2-0 in the finals. And y'all obviously know 2016 when the Cavs were down 3-1 and came back. So with that being said, Satu, before she got banged up and headed to the bench, she had 22, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. Natasha Mack had 10 points and 6 rebounds. Kyle Copper had 23 points, 3 rebounds. AT had 10 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Now, if you remember the last game, game 1, when we had Brittany Young, Sports Minded Show on the podcast and things of that sort, former Mississippi State basketball player, Brittany Young. When we had her on here, she was talking about the big 3 all needed to come together and have a big game collectively. And as you see it right here, AT just did not have the best game scoring wise. It seems like she's really in her head, or Vegas has just found her out. So there is that on both of those sides and things of that nature. 10 points in 30 minutes. You definitely need more from AT in the finals game. Jackie Young had 21 points in the third quarter. She blacked out, went stupid, ended up with 32, 8 and 2. Asia Wilson, just doing Asia Wilson things, 28, 14 and 3. Chiney Nwumike has already labeled her the greatest player of all time. I definitely think that Asia still has some work to do to become the greatest. I have her in my top 5 all time. I think if she wins this one, she moves up to number 4 for me. I still think DT, Maya, and Cynthia Cooper are still over her, but you get 4. Coop has 4. Maya has 4. You get 4 or 5, we can start talking. We could start talking if you get 4 or 5. But you know what I'm saying? Right now you're at 3 with DT. And right now DT, I feel like still has that edge over you because she's also the leading scorer in league history. So, you know what I'm saying? But you get 4. I think that boosts you over DT. And now you're in a conversation for greatest of all time with Cynthia Cooper and Maya Moore. Both did it in kind of constrained periods on opposite ends of the spectrum. Cynthia Cooper doing it at an older age because the WNBA didn't exist, and Maya Moore doing it at a younger age, retiring and leaving the game early. So, that's a whole nother conversation. However, the facts are the facts. And if Asia Wilson plays out her entire career, like the normal span of a career, she plays to like 37, 38, maybe even 40 if she's feeling good enough and is just chasing the all-time leading scorer record or something like that, I definitely think Asia can become the greatest player of all time. She's on a trajectory too, but she still got to go. I think people are really omitting Stewie's legacy in this whole thing because I think Asia and Stewie are always kind of attached to the hip 1A, 1B. Stewie, there's been a little separation recently because of Stewie's injuries and things of that sort, even this past postseason. But if Stewie can string along 2 more championships, I believe Stewie has 2. She has 2 and 2 MVPs. Hold on, let me make sure she doesn't have 3 because Stewie might have 3 WNBA championships. Yeah, she has 3. Oh, okay, she has 3. Dang, because the New York one, like, okay. Yeah, Stewie has 3. Stewie has 3 and 2 MVPs, bro. So, I believe Asia has 2 championships, 4 MVPs. You know what I'm saying? So right now, Asia has the edge, but let Stewie win 4 or 5 championships, bro. Stewie got to be in the top 5 too. Cheryl Swoops might get booted out the top 5 from Stewie. You know what I'm saying? And there's that. So it might end up being Stewie 5, DT 4, Asia 3, Maya 2, and Coop 1. Or if Asia gets 5, well, Asia has 3 right now, then she'll have to get 4. If Asia gets 5, I think Asia is the greatest of all time, bro. If Asia Wilson gets 5 championships, she's the greatest of all time. And I'm not arguing that. I will. Hey, she got it. She has it hands down. So yeah, but yeah, right now, if Stewie wins another one, it's 5 Stewie, 4 DT, and Asia wins this one, 3 Asia. Well, hold on. Asia gonna have to win 4 first. If Asia wins 4 and Stewie wins 4, but if Stewie wins, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm tangling. I'm getting tangled up. But great game. We'll talk about legacies. We'll have plenty of time to during the lockout. We'll have plenty of time to talk about it during the lockout. And we'll go from there, man. Let's talk about Mark Sanchez again. Mark Sanchez. This story gets crazier. This is from ML Football, so take it with a grain of salt. Former Jets quarterback Mark Sanchez was acting erratically. He body slammed the truck driver who then jabbed him in Indianapolis because he feared for his life. Police say a 69-year-old truck driver, parked at a hotel loading dock to collect used cooking oil, was confronted by Sanchez, who claimed the truck couldn't be there, citing the hotel manager. Sanchez, smelling of alcohol and slurring, climbed onto the truck's cab, ignoring the driver's protest. New footage shows Sanchez following the driver, blocking his access from the truck and shoving him. Mark then threw the driver against a wall into the ground. A 69-year-old, bro. Free yo, he is 69 God. Hey, run for your life. The driver, fearing for his life, used pepper spray, which briefly affected Sanchez. And when Mark went at him again, the driver jabbed him 2 or 3 times in the chest. Sanchez was stunned and fled the scene and was hospitalized with critical injuries. He's since been arrested for battery, unlawful vehicle injury, and public intoxication. Bro, you threw a 69-year-old against a wall into the ground, bro. Like, that's crazy if true. What's even crazier is the photos from New York Post, bro. Y'all ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, bro. It's ridiculous. Bro. Hold on, give me a second. Here it is, the New York Post right here. Truck driver allegedly bashed by Mark Sanchez, pictured in hospital with bloody injuries after jabbing the ex-Jets QB. This is by Anthony Blair, a 69-year-old who was allegedly by Mark Sanchez in Indianapolis, then jabbed the former Jets quarterback, has been pictured bloody and battered in a hospital bed. Grisly photos showed the alleged victim, who reportedly got into an altercation with Sanchez shortly after midnight on Saturday morning, was wearing the neck brace and covered in blood with savage wounds to his cheek and jaw. His family says he was cut in the fight and it went through his cheek and hit his tongue. Oh, my gosh. Fox 59, Angela Ganot said, sharing the pictures on social media. Oh, my gosh, bro. Oh, Lord have mercy. The grease truck driver, identified solely by his initials PT, was reportedly parked his truck in an alley while collecting cooking oil from a nearby hotel when Sanchez approached him, according to the affidavit seen by Fox 59. "Quote unquote," PT did not have his hearing aids in because the truck is very loud when he's exchanging the frying oil from the hotel, so he had to lean in close to Mr. Sanchez, to hear him, the affidavit read. When PT leaned in, he stated that Mr. Sanchez smelled of alcohol and his speech was slurred. The affidavit continues. Shortly after, the 6'2", 230-pound Sanchez, 38, allegedly hurled the driver against the wall before throwing him on the ground, at which point the driver said he jabbed the Fox Sports analyst in self-defense. Sanchez remains in hospital in stable condition. It's been charged with battery resulting in bodily injury, unauthorized entry of a motor vehicle, and public intoxication, endangering the life of another, according to the affidavit. This is a breaking story. Please check back with the updates. That's crazy, bro. Mark Sanchez, you're tweaking, brother. Chicago residents run off on.
La migra. No. Let him go!
It's like
Let him go!
kidnapping, to be honest.
Let him go! Get off him!
They said help him. You help him. Y'all yelling from afar talking about help him. Those ain't trying to get crazy. Talking about help him. Oh, she tried. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. She said help him. She tried. She kicked that thing.
Let him go.
They just let him go?
Dirty ass motherfucker.
Dang, he really fought it off. Sad. Sad. The next one. Wow, we're at the federal government attacking the local police part of ICE raids. I got me. They got that.
They don't give a fuck about you either. Why are you protecting them?
Crazy, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. If ICE is using tactics that mirror federal agents using force against city police, there's a real breakdown in mutual respect we are seeing. Most likely, they were just in the middle of it and got hit too. It happened to me once too. I was breaking up a fight between two kids at a football game. Cop came in and got them and me. Oh yeah, you know everything because you broke up a high school football fight. I like how they held hands as they skedaddled. All cops are. This happened sooner than what I thought. Tish tish. Wait a second. At the end of the clip, they're holding hands. Is this a daycare now? He's helping his colleague back to the car. What the heck? I never held hands for the platoon mates when I got tear gas. Yo, people are they don't have no type of empathy, bro. Like, it's crazy. After what they did to her. All right, bro. Come on, dude. Oh my goodness, bro. Let that man rest in peace, bro. Him becoming a meme is so disrespectful and dismissive to his family and his loved ones. This just made my day. So, wow. Once again, how is anyone supposed to know who these kidnappers are? They provide no identification whatsoever. That's what I was thinking. Anyone can dress like this and kidnap people in broad daylight. How are judges allowing this to continue? That's exactly what I thought. I'm not gonna lie, because Buddy had on like what LA Dodgers hat and a mask, and the other dude just had on, and they was just, you know what I'm saying. Now this is local journalism. This is how it's done. Everyone should fight this hard. If I were Vladimir Putin or Xi Jinping, I would take a deep breath and book a long vacation. The Miller Unleash Gespo is accomplishing what the Soviet Union and every U.S. adversary failed to do in the 250 years, breaking America from within. Not facts, bro. Around to the volume. That junk is sad, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This is sad to see around the country, to see like in LA, to see with Washington, D.C., to see in Chicago now. This is sad, bro. And I ain't gonna say I don't care, but like looking at the ice cages and things of that sort during other administrations and stuff like that, we never saw videos like this. We never saw situations like this where it was so public and just crude and kicking in doors and stopping people in the middle of the street. And we never saw stuff like this. You know, this is crazy. Salute and shout out to CC Sabathia. 10 years, a decade sober. I never would imagine being here today after hitting rock bottom and checking into rehab right before the 2015 postseason. Early in my career, alcohol was a coping mechanism after losing my dad and navigating life's ups and downs. Having the courage to tell someone about my addiction changed my life. My thoughts go out to anyone who's facing their own journey. Just know that you're not alone, and asking for help can make all the difference. Thank you to everybody who supported me along the way. WCC Sabathia. Someone said they've been free for 15 days. Salute to him. Two weeks and a day. Posts like this are incredibly inspiring to all that love UCC. Here's another for another day. Day by day, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, I'm a hard Sox fan. I never thought I'd see the day when you run me over. Thank you for making me wrong, CC. Good luck to out there on your journey. I'll be pulling for you every day of the thing. Congrats, bro. DJ First Class. Shout out First Class. Hall of Fame player, Hall of Fame person. By sharing this, you will undoubtedly help others. Thank you for your leadership. And hi, CC. What's the story, Prophet Clint? Neither are you bad dudes. Hash it. Clint Frazier. What? Huh? Oh, I guess he was just, okay. All right. 10 years is huge. Congrats. That's awesome. Hold that. 10 years, bro, free of addiction is insane, bro. That's huge, dude. A decade. Someone said 11 years recently for me. Just know if you in, you know what I'm saying, a cycle of addiction, bad habits, or whatever the case might be, for what feels like, you know what I'm saying, half your life, you might be 20, you've been on something since you was 10. You might be 24, you've been on something since you was 12. You might be 30, you was on something since you was 15. And it feels like, bro, you've been doing it so long, you've been trying to quit for so long that it's not possible. Trust me when I say it's possible, bro. It's possible, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just have to, you really just, to be honest, what I found is, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do YouTube at a obsessive rate, obviously, right? Like, I've been live for, what is this, 215 days in a row. When I'm sitting by a computer all day, I'm uploading all day, every day, and I upload more mad shorts and stuff like that. Like, you gotta scroll 5 times just to get to like something from a month ago on my page, you know. But doing something at an obsessive level, it just replace any idle time that I used to, you know what I'm saying, just turn to bad habits and things of that sort, and past addictions or whatever you want to say, you know what I'm saying? Because I know, you know, one frat or whatever, they say they don't use the word addiction and everything like that. Okay, or the power of the words, I feel it, power of the tongue, things of that sort. So I'm saying all this, bro, to say, like, you can get clean, bro. Like, I'm a good example of it, bro. Like, I'm clean. My father is a great example. My dad was a drug addict. Dad was actually a crack addict, and you know what I'm saying, like, and he was a raging alcoholic. Well, I don't know raging, but he was an alcoholic since he was like 12, 13, and you know what I mean. And he got clean like well into adulthood, right before he had me. He, you know, came out of rehab, was in rehab and stuff like that in Atlanta. Came out, met my mom, and you know what I'm saying, the rest is history. So I say all this, you know, coming from a family of recovering addicts. Like, I grew up in AA meetings and stuff like that. Like, you know, all my uncles, every male figure I had in my life growing up was a former addict, you know what I'm saying, of some sort. So it's like they all taught me the same thing. And despite that, I still, you know what I'm saying, I found myself in my own journey and things of that nature. You know what I mean? Like, I found myself in my own, you know, cycles and everything like that. And the only thing that broke it up, regardless of how bad I wanted to quit throughout all the years, was just being obsessed in another field, in another, you know what I'm saying, in another way with something else in life. Great example is, like, I know Just In Case, you know, he's a photographer in Atlanta. Shout out my guy, Just In Case. And Justin, he literally, like, I interacted with him, and the more I interacted with him, the more, like, it felt like he was tweaking. You know what I'm saying? And Justin was on like, you know what I'm saying, he was on all type of hard drugs, like meth and everything like that. And but he's like, bro, we need another interview. We need, and he gets to the interview and like he's got his camera in his hand and he like taking pictures, and then he like got his camera person and he stand up, he like get a picture of me, like he tweaking out like that. Like he's constantly, he like, hey bro, I think I need another interview. I was like, bro, we already did 2 interviews. He wanted to do a third one. Bro, we don't give people 2 interviews, especially if they not like Denzel Washington. And you know, but like he was just like persistent and standing up and jittery, like, but just always like taking pictures. And you know, we standing around, he pace a little bit and then he'll step outside and start taking pictures. Like he's like obsessed with photography, and that's what he had to do to stay clean. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm obsessed with YouTube, and I'm doing that to stay clean and keep my mind right and things of that sort. You know what I'm saying? Because being obsessed with YouTube is way better than being obsessed with, you know what I'm saying, abuse, and you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, just overusing it and everything like that, just using to keep it a buck. Because with YouTube, if I'm obsessing over it, like the high, like the potential of it is the low side of it would be, okay, I just did something to distract me from doing from harmful patterns, right? And then the high side of it is, shoot, I might make a lot of money off of this. I will make some money off of it. So I'm making money instead of losing money, everything like that from using, you know what I'm saying, everything like that. And I don't know, it's just a good alternative for me. So if you ever wondered, I've never said this. I don't think I've ever said this on camera, bro. But if you ever wondered like why I am so obsessive over this YouTube stuff, like with upload frequencies and stuff like that, it's to stay clean, bro. It's to stay clean. And it felt powerful to say that like publicly. Like I don't think I ever said that publicly. But it's to stay clean. And it's been working. And yeah, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you and stuff like that, watching me and everything. So yeah, that's that. Shout out Sabathia once again, bro. For sure. All right. Jay Williams. He responded to Warren Sapp, who was a
Brother Warren.
in his career-ending motorcycle injury. Off top, if you guys don't know Jay Williams as a basketball player, he was, I believe, the number 2 pick of like the 2002 NBA draft. Let me see. I was a kid back then. Hold on. NBA draft. And he was supposed to be the next big thing. Yeah, 2002 NBA draft. Yeah, he was the number 2 pick. Yeah, I got that right. Yao Ming and then Jay Williams. And he was supposed to be that guy, bro. And then he got into a motorcycle accident that ended his career immediately. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. And then, you know, ultimately Jay bounced back from that, you know, and had a successful broadcasting career with ESPN. And you guys probably know Jay from TV now, if you're younger. I think Jay still played for the Bulls. So I'm not sure when it happened. Did he ever play before the injury? Let me see. Hold on. Oh, okay. Yeah. He only played 1 season, and then that was it. Yeah, man. Rest in peace to Lynn Bias as well. You know what I mean? We just talking about, you know, recovering and stuff like that. Anyways, let's go here.
Big Brother Warren, I've known you since I've been 22 years old. So let me start this off with giving you gratitude. Not because I felt cut by your words, but because they cracked open a space for me to frankly speak my truth. You see, the problem is we've been programmed to believe progress means putting each other down. That for me to stand tall, someone else has to shrink. But that's the illusion of scarcity thinking. And the honest truth, we're both climbing the same mountain, just from different sides. I know Warren Sapp. I know the fire. I know the energy. I know the will. He's lived battles, and I've lived mine. And when I look at him, I don't see an enemy. I see a reflection. Different scars, same struggle. So here's mine. I've been putting in the hours since I was 21 years old. Not on the court, but in boardrooms, in negotiations, and in the business trenches where mistakes are expensive and lessons are fucking brutal.
Mm.
I lived the weight of decisions that just don't cost dollars. They cost direction, relationships, futures. I didn't squander millions. I didn't vanish into bankruptcy, but I did misstep. I did bleed.
Mm.
And I learned just how ruthless money can be when you don't know the architecture it moves through.
Mm.
I've had so many scars in my life, but this is what's forged me. That's why I can't stop doing this work. That's why you hear the passion in my voice when I speak. It's real. Look in my eyes. Because our culture has been the energy source for trillion-dollar empires. Sports, music, media, gaming, they've all pulled from us. We give the rhythm. We give the language. We give the spectacle. And when the curtain finally drops, too many of us are left empty-handed, carrying memories instead of equity.
Mm.
So that's my why. That's why I'm here.
Mm.
Not to laugh at Antonio Brown, not to lecture Bud Crawford, but to break the silence about the real rules, about ownership, about legacy, about what happens when we stop being commodities and start being custodians.
Mm.
If we don't change the blueprint now, the loop just keeps spinning. And I refuse to watch the same damn movie over and over again. So Big Brother Warren, thank you, man. Your words gave me the mirror I needed to put this into the light. Because the moment we're standing in right now, this second, where sports collides with finance, where culture collides with capital, this isn't just entertainment anymore. It's infrastructure. It's the foundation of tomorrow's dynasties for us. And when you hear me speak on wealth, on structure, on equity, don't confuse it with ego.
Mm.
Don't reduce it to theory. It's lived experience.
Mm.
It's survival turned into system. Yes, I crashed my motorcycle. Yes, my NBA career ended too soon. And yes, I lost more than I ever thought I could, only to claw my ass back with sharper eyes and heavier resolve. But understand this, I'm done with our people being the product.
Mm-mm.
I'm done with applause being the only payment. It's time we become the architects, the owners, the builders. And every scar I wear, that's not a weakness. That's my credential. That's my fucking why.
Mm-mm. Let me see something real quick. Okay. Age Lil Wayne this. What critique did Jay Williams give that made Warren Sapp say what he said? He was complimenting Bud Crawford in an unrelated interview. An interviewer asked Bud why he has all that money but only drives a Ford truck. And Bud said he doesn't care about all the materialism. He's focused on obtaining assets and having this money work for him. Jay did mention AB and his money woes, but not in a disrespectful manner. He only used it because he's a recent example of a former pro going through it. He was just trying to put people on game because Jay Will is Duke educated and he's been in these rooms. He's also trying to pass that knowledge on to the culture and letting everyone know exactly how it goes now. Warren sees Jay Will trying to pollute black people's mind with financial literacy. Thanks, Warren. That's funny. Pollute black people's minds. Blast from the past. Why are they posting Hot Boys stuff? and dang, No Limit. Why are they posting No Limit soldiers and Hot Boys in the comments? This is an intelligent, eloquent brother. Wow. He did not have to respond to that nonsense, but well. We are warriors, ownership, and legacy. Jay Williams was so talented. As always, a thorough response from Jay Williams. Real talk, he knows what's up. Race. It always got to be about race. Where's the Sapp video? Facts. That's what I'm saying. But Sapp also a coach, bro. Like he said, Deion Sanders needs to talk to Sapp. Sapp is a piece of okay. Where's his Warren Sapp joint? I need to see this Warren Sapp joint. Jay Williams, he also posted something else. He was like crabs in a barrel. Not a reality. I climbed out. Here's my why. Shout out to Starberry, bro. Stephon Marbury, MVP off the court. You really him, Starberry, huh? $15 shoe. $15 shoes if you wanna. $15 shoes if you wanna. Leadership. Shout out to Dre Williams. But what's going on, dude? What happened?
Owning a piece of the Raiders, damn, life is good. That's not commentary. That's reconnaissance. Every production meeting, every sideline chat, every coach's note he hears, those are receipts he can funnel right back into his franchise. And don't get it twisted. This isn't new. Shaq has a piece of the Kings. Grant Hill has a piece of the Hawks. More athletes are moving into ownership. That's progress. But what Brady is doing, that's a Trojan horse. He's not just sitting courtside cashing dividend checks. He's embedded inside the walls of the league, headset on, tablet in hand. Not one owner in the history has ever had that vantage point. Imagine Jerry Jones calling Cowboy games while sitting in Giants meetings. Everyone would lose their damn mind. But when Brady does it, the league shrugs. Let's dig even deeper with this question. Is this conflict of interest or is this the new blueprint? Because as culture shifts, athletes aren't waiting for seats at the table. They're hacking into the system from the broadcast booth, from production meetings, and from media contracts. That's a new edge. Not playing the game, but owning the information around it. So here's the choice. Either learn how to Trojan horse the system like Brady, or stay outside the gates while someone else rewrites the playbook. Because in this era, the game isn't played between the lines. It's played in the boardrooms, broadcast trucks, and ownership suites. And Brady just proved who really has the edge.
This is interesting stuff. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Jay Williams, bro. I'm learning something. Shout out to Jay Williams, bro. So this is the video that made Warren Sapp say something?
Antonio Brown files Chapter 11 and the internet turns him into a damn meme. United Airlines files Chapter 11 and Wall Street calls it restructuring. Same law, different lens. In our community, bankruptcy is treated like failure. But in business, it's a strategy. It's how billion-dollar corporations reset the board, shed debt, and protect their assets while they regroup. The problem is, we weren't taught to see it that way, were we? We see bankruptcy.
This is what Dame Dash was saying on the Breakfast Club, and he was like being trolled for it.
As the end of the story instead of a chapter in the playbook. So when somebody in the culture files, they're broke. When a Fortune 500 files, it's smart. Now let's be real. For Antonio Brown, some of this may be about mismanagement, but the bigger point is this. Tools don't change based on who's holding them. The law doesn't say Chapter 11 only works for CEOs in suits. It says, if you know how to use it, it can buy you time, protection, and leverage. So here's the shift. We have to stop thinking bankruptcy is an obituary. It's a mechanism, a lever, a legal reset button that the wealthiest people and corporations use without shame. But to use it right, you need structure, LLCs that separate the assets, operating agreements that define liability, advisors who know how to restructure instead of just react, and a mindset that says survival isn't shameful. Survival is the strategy itself, because wealth isn't about never failing. It's about knowing how to reset when you do. So the next time you see Chapter 11 in a headline, don't just laugh at it. Ask yourself, how would I use the same tool if it was me? Because the wealthy don't see bankruptcy as the end. They see it as the insurance policy that keeps their empire alive. And if we want to play at that high level, we need to stop treating survival strategies like they're failures.
Dang, bro. I rock with Brody. I rock with bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. Because he giving this game out for free. This is a lot of stuff that people say like behind paywalls, especially in 2025. This man doing this for free. So what did Warren? So like, where's the Warren Sapp thing though? Like, where is it? City Trends can better be. What happened with the Warren Sapp thing? Like, what did he say? Pre-game traditions. I'm bad. Mama, I'm a bad man. Warren Sapp, what Warren Sapp say? Jay Williams. Let me see. Whoa. Jay Williams goes off on Warren Sapp. But what was the Warren Sapp? He commented. He said, "Did you ride a motorcycle and ended your NBA career and contract, it appears it is. Oh, that's what he said. Oh, okay. So that's what happened. He commented on this post. He was like, "Didn't you ride a motorcycle and end your NBA career?" Where's it at? Where's it at? Is it up here? So all of this was over an Instagram comment. Riding around to the valuable. Shoulda listened to my mama. Shoulda listened to my papa. But now I'm gone. I gotta solve it. All right. We're staying on the topic of money. Someone is accusing Kendra G of being a scammer. Kendra G is someone I've interviewed once and talked to twice. And it was cool talking to her and stuff like that, because I used to watch her show all the time, like on like Facebook replays and stuff like that. I used to watch Kendra G singles live all the time, the little breakouts, the little highlights and stuff. I used to watch them all the time. So shouts out to Kendra G. She's doing her thing with her own singles app now and stuff like that. And yeah, I remember the interview never came out because our outlet already did something on her and they were waiting to get the business right. And then the first time I talked to her, that was cool. That was during the Clayton call. And I have no clue where that stuff is. But yeah, shout out to Zernona Clayton, legend as well. All right. With that being said, let me see what this lady's talking about.
Honey, Kendra G is the last person I take dating advice from. This is a woman in her 40s, has no husband. The last man she had was a Nigerian scammer who Tasha K ripped her all up through the internet on. And she doesn't give any good advice. Every opportunity she gets, she takes it to insult or demean a black man, or to insult or demean a black woman. Meanwhile, y'all are letting this woman insult you on her show.
I don't like how people say like you insulting someone just by giving like feedback, bro. Like if you're single and you like, dang, bro, I'm single, this and that, woo woo. Like what's going on for real? You know what I mean? If you're doing that, and then she's saying, well, maybe like I just know in this short interaction that you've had on the show that you have a kind of problem cutting people off. Maybe you should give a space for people to speak and respond to you. Maybe you should do this. Maybe you should do that. I can tell that you kind of have a strong personality. A lot of men have come on the show and said they don't. If anybody, I feel like has good relationship advice, I do think at the same time Kendra G is a good person, like because she talks to people, mad people, hundreds, thousands of people every year who are single and looking to get into a relationship. And most of them are in the same demographic of just black people. So if she goes around speaking to multiple married, separated, and single black people every single year who all say they have the goal of getting into a relationship every single year, I feel like she has a good perspective because she's received all of the perspectives. That's how I feel.
Show her ass every opportunity that she can. She's rude. She's distasteful. She's uncouth. Her clothes are way too tight for her size. Get into it. Okay. And she really is just, it seems like a very nasty, vile person. But y'all will continuously call in on her show and let her insult you for whatever reason, demean you, speak to you like she's above you in some way, shape, or form. Why? Because she got a YouTube channel. Because she on TikTok. Because she on Instagram. Like it doesn't make sense that
Kendra worked her way up to be a very, very successful entrepreneur, bro. To go from like the regular system of being a media personality, you know what I'm saying, working at TV stations, working at radio stations and everything like that coming up, and then quitting a job where you were pretty much successful and had a stable kind of place of employment and become a successful entrepreneur, but and triple that salary and probably even more than that, start your own thing and not even stop there. Because she could have stopped at just being a successful social media person, but no, she was like, nah, I'm gonna start my own app and own my own content over here. And to do that, go on tours and host and flip it into a whole thing. That in itself is admirable in terms of, just a single woman who wasn't, happy with her kind of the current circumstance and turning herself into a high value woman or like high value woman on paper. Because, you know, you could say everything else is subjective. Oh, I don't like the way she acts. All that is subjective. But in terms of just like on paper, if you wanted to turn yourself into someone who became someone who was making 6+ figures, but she's probably making millions, someone who's making millions after coming from a job where she wasn't making that much, I'd assume, because is media, is, you know what I'm saying? And as an employee in media, unless you had a freaking big network, you're not making that much. Like she might have been making, I don't know, I ain't pocket watching too much, but she might have been making, for like a veteran in a media game at a major metropolitan city, she might have been making somewhere around like 6 figures, right? You know what I mean? And that's cool, but it ain't the million she making right now. And so for her to flip what she did, bro, I think that gives her, you know, basis enough to be like, yo, I'm coming from someone who wanted to change my life. I changed my life. I took it into my own hands and I did it. And that's what she's doing, bro. And you know, okay, how do I feel about Kevin Samuels? It was like the same way, bro. Was making like people, it was just uncomfortable truths, bro. He was giving uncomfortable truths to single men. He was giving uncomfortable truths to single women. Now the whole like just you overweight, you fat, like you obese, like that is, you know, I felt like that was kind of like off because a lot of dudes like big girls. And you know what I mean? So it was like, I don't know. That's a whole nother thing. But yeah. Well, I'll get back into it.
Upstanding quality.
But yeah, I think most people were just upset at Kevin Samuels because he gave like uncomfortable truths. Like nobody don't want to hear the truth. You want to be encouraged. You want to be this and that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be told like, you're a loser. You live in your mama house. You're little. You stink. You're bad hygiene. You know, you don't want to hear that.
The Black men and women allow this woman who is not even at your level to talk to you and treat you like you're less than. And have you noticed that whenever a white person gets on her show, she lights up and she's so nice and polite to them, but then she'll go to the next caller and it's a Black woman. Well, I'm just matching your energy. She is literally
she do be saying that.
Of a stereotypical angry, mean Black woman. Stop taking dating advice from people who ain't got no man. And men, stop taking dating advice from miserable women. We got to do better.
I remember when someone was like asking her why she's single now, and then she was just like, well, because my money and this and that. And just like how men are like, I don't know who's after me for my money, this and that. I don't know. She made a good point. Tabitha Brown, she's speaking with Black Enterprise about how she had to like switch up the business and stuff like that during the Target boycott, which we are still in, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. We still ain't going to Target. Tabitha Brown, Black Enterprise, admits that her hair care line took a major hit, quote unquote, due to the Target boycott. Tabitha Brown says her hair care line took a hit amid the Target boycott. They said amid the Target boycott. Yeah, we still going. Like you say, amid is a good word. This is written by Gerald Lawson Javon. Shout out to Gerald Lawson Javon. Tabitha Brown is speaking out about the pivot, quote unquote, she made with her latest business venture after her hair care line suffered a major hit, quote unquote, from the Target boycott. The actress, entrepreneur, and best-selling author took center stage at the inaugural Clover X Shark Tank Summit in Las Vegas, where her role at the Clover's Chief Empowerment Office was on full display. Small business owners flocked to the conference to gain insights, connections, and resources to scale their companies. With these founders in mind, Brown, a small business owner herself, emphasized the importance of knowing when to pivot, especially in today's economic climate. Quote unquote, we've got to learn how to pivot. I mean, everybody's pivoting. Tabitha, she just had that thing. It was like, entrepreneur, it's okay to get a job. Get a job if you need the job. Yeah, she said, if it's not working right now, we have to figure it out. Okay, what else can I do to either support the business or bring in more income or help with marketing? Whatever it is, we've got to figure out the pivot and not be afraid of it. It's a harsh reality of entrepreneurship that Brown said she knows firsthand, having pivoted after her Donna hair care line was impacted by the boycotts against Target. It's crazy because I felt like she could have helped herself too with it, because it was like, instead of being like, hey, I know y'all doing the Target boycott. If you still want to support me, you can support me by buying products directly from and then put the websites. However, what she did was like, don't boycott Target, y'all. My products are there. And a lot of black people was turned off by that. It just is what it is. That's what happened. It's tough. But yeah, after her Donna's hair care line was impacted by the boycotts against Target, excuse me, the mega retailer has seen its stock drop by 33% and lost over $20 billion in shareholder value following the backlash over its rollback of DEI efforts. Brown had enjoyed a successful partnership with Target since 2022 after initially launching an apparel, swimwear, and accessories collection that expanded within a year to include food and kitchenware. By July 2024, the Emmy-winning Tab Time star debuted her Adonis Recipe hair care line at Target with a limited time launch. The vegan plant-based line performed so well that it expanded to nationwide distribution by February 24th. However, Target lost $12.4 billion in market value that month due to ongoing boycotts, affecting brands like Donna's Recipe. In response, Brown pivoted with the April launch of her Tab and Chance fragrance with her husband, taking a direct-to-consumer approach through HSN, a first for an entrepreneur.
We've waited almost 3 months to get this back in, and now we only have less than 900 available for you. We don't know if we're going to see this by the time the holidays roll around.
That's fire, bro. That's fire, bro. Baby, it don't matter where I am. I will cut up a bit. Did you? It smells so good that it would be like a noise in the library, and did. Thank you, HSN and Simon Wrong HSN for a great Tab and Chance show this morning. My heart is full and grateful. Thank you for everybody who tuned in. I love and appreciate y'all. Hashtag Tab of the Brown, hashtag Tab and Chance, hashtag love, hashtag HSN, hashtag fragrance. I'll tell you, them hashtags is a game changer. I'm not going to lie. You know, the whole thing that happened with Target this year, January, like I launched my fragrance company. We launched in February, but I did a big launch in April. My first thought was like, okay, my Donna's Recipe hair care line has taken a major hit because of, Target, Brown explained. So I have to pivot here. So on launching my fragrance line with my husband, I was like, quote unquote, I don't usually go into retail until after at least 1 year of doing business online direct to consumer because, you want to get all your data. So I told him, I think I'm okay with exploring HSN. And so we can just test it out and see. That's the pivot, Brown declared. The pivot paid off for Brown on September 17th. She announced on Instagram that Tab and Chance had generated over $10,000 in sales, thanking Shopify and its support for small business. Yeah, $10,000. No, wait, $10,000. No, she generated 10,000 orders. $10,000. I was like, $10,000 is for two people split, especially Tab. Tab make money, boy, off that internet. I heard me. Oh. It had 10,000 orders just in July. Nah, this is way. Hey, Jalen Josen. Who's this? Jared Lawson Javon. That's way off. That's a huge difference. 10,000 orders in just 1 month. It's crazy. From $10,000. That's a huge difference. Thank you for all your love and support. Thank you, Shopify, for being such a great partner on small business. Brown urged small business owners to stay persistent in pursuing their dreams, emphasizing the right steps those dreams can become a reality. Don't stop dreaming. W Top of the Brown, W Chance, W Pivot, more importantly, over everything else, man. This is how you do it, bro. And I'm glad she gave out that game on the panel. That's why she keep getting booked. Top of the Brown be booked for like darn near every black event. And she has been for like the past few years. Her and Kevin on Stage are like two of the biggest, like in the black social media space. Shout out to Keith Lee as well, bro. Like they capitalize, bro. And I salute them for sure. Look up to them, man. If you're a black content creator, you need to be looking up to them jokers, man. Take notes. Now we going to the J Cinco DDG stuff again. Here we go. And the audio's on this time, so I could upload the full video. Here's Almighty J saying, I think his role in the whole thing.
Because I was the first person.
This man took out his extensions. It's hilarious, bro.
Don't lie when the mafia done shit, because y'all know how I feel about the whole situation with the Reggie shit, bro. Like y'all know that's me. You feel me? So honestly, I really feel like I was in the group chat expressing how I was feeling, coming from like how I feel towards Reggie. And I'm not gonna say niggas was siding with me, but like, yeah, like niggas was throwing their little 2 cents in. And obviously, like Moo on stream, you feel me? He felt some type of way, like nigga, I'm working. Why the fuck y'all trying to make me be like a dumbass? You feel me? And I'm working and shit, which is understandable. You feel me? Like a nigga respect that shit. But yeah, I don't know. I felt like it should have really just stopped right there. I don't know how it didn't stop right there. You feel me?
So what is he?
You ain't saying nothing. No,
So what is he? He's saying that he egged it on and led to Cinco saying something. Almighty J speaks on DDG and J Cinco beef, saying that he was the first one in the group chat talking crazy about Reggie, and he feels the beef should have ended there instead of escalating. So it was just Cinco just hopping on and being like, "Yeah, bro, you should have rocked him, bro, at Mafia Thon. Let me pull up, bro." All right, hold on. I've lost audio, so I need to stop and reshare so I can get audio again so I can upload this video. All right, hold on. We're going to reshare. We're resharing. This audio's back. Here we go. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1.
I'm going to go ahead and give it up for him, man, because I ain't going to lie, bro. That nigga, bro, that nigga know how to work this internet game. Like, when I was watching, I'm looking at like, damn, like, I damn near turned on myself. I'm not damn near like, nigga. I'm like, hold on, nigga. I'm like, hold on. This nigga might be right, mud. Like, this nigga might be right, gay. But
what did Cinco say, bro? Cinco, dang, who he is tripping. Cinco, wait a minute. DDG, the final boss of internet beef. He got kicked so bad he almost pressed a block button on his own reflection. Watch him come out and say they was trolling everyone. Let me see. I need to see more clips of it because I don't have any more clips of Cinco. Like I have one where it was like DDG gifted him 5 subs and he thanked him, but that was it. That's all I saw, bro. I'm trying to see if there's any other clips I could see from today. Let me see. Is this it? J Cinco clarifies. Okay, here it is.
We was supposed to, mind you, that's why he apologized last time, because I brought the bros. We was supposed to link up at the video. We was doing our video and we got into it. We was finna squabble. And I always say this anytime. I say, I'm gonna squabble you first, and then my bro want a bag fade off you. Yeah, like that's how that's how we do it. Nigga, if a nigga any nigga.
What does that mean? That means like his friend wanted to fight him too, or his friend is just back there watching you guys fight. I don't know what that means. This caption is crazy.
Nigga feel away, you can squabble my bro. He right here. That's just how we do, brother. You feel me? You want to talk about Mr. Crip and Mr. this and all this Crip shit. So when I bring the Crips out, niggas, oh, it's not my man's. This not. Nah, it's a problem, okay? No, I was gonna squabble you. That wasn't no problem. But I also want to see you squabble a nigga your age. Like I want to see you squabble a nigga 27, 28. I want to see you squabble a nigga. Like all this popping you do to us, squabble one of these niggas. I want to see how you get with one of these niggas. You feel me? Because all this popping to me, T.O. and all that, I want to see you pop it to these niggas.
How old is J Cinco? J Cinco age. He's 23. Oh, he young. That explains a lot. Okay. He's 23. Because he said, my age. He's like you, my big homie. He kind of admitted there that's his big homie.
I seen a clip from.
Oh, wait, hold on. I want to watch this DJ Ghost full clip.
In this chat, I'm gonna keep it real. If you was this nigga, you couldn't take it. He get it from YouTubers. He get it from rappers, T pages, his friends, his fans, women. He get looked at as a bad dad. He going through court cases. Fucking, he get looked at as a good dad. Baby mama drama. Fucking, just think about everything. The nigga brother got killed. Fucking, just think of everything, squad. Think of everything, bro. Put yourself in his shoes. Like, You can't hate a nigga that you don't know is basically what I'm saying. You see a badass kid at school flipping out for no reason. That date ain't the reason he flipping out. Trust me. The life behind. It's a lot of niggas, even in this chat. I'm gonna keep it real. If you was this nigga, you couldn't take it.
So let me see what he said.
DJ Ghost. I want to personally give a shout out to DJ Ghost, bro, because nigga, I almost motherfucking pulled a Cinco and teared up. That's my last time. That's my last time mentioning Cinco. But I almost, you know what I'm saying, bro? I'm like, bro, see, niggas, that's one nigga that was streaming. That's one nigga from the content industry, bro, that get it, bro. He get where I'm coming from. Like, y'all don't know. I am Carter. Appreciate that 5. This shit that I'm going through with these niggas, man, that shit is nothing. I go through real problems in real life, bro. Like real deal shit that I got to deal with every day. W3, appreciate that 5. Tania, appreciate that 5 gifted.
Who is he? He talking about Cinco? Cinco done been through some stuff too. Cinco been through obviously some stuff.
And when I see a nigga with a platform that highlight that and try to give me the benefit of the doubt or try to see where my brain is at or where I'm coming from, you know, like at the end of the day, if I come off as frustrated, it's a lot of days.
I'm gonna be a guy. For my sweet child, struggle ain't a team sport.
What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to be like, you're supposed to pull up her picture. Damn, I can't wait for the next Euphoria season.
Okay.
She did a great job in that. Leave it at that. She get compliments every day, all day. You think she cares about your compliment?
Right.
No.
You're right.
I don't give a fuck. She want people to compliment her work. You're doing good. She probably thought she did a bad scene today, and your DM might lift her spirit. Hey man, you're a great actress.
Yep. Okay.
Like, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to be like, you're supposed to pull up her picture. Damn, I can't wait for the next Euphoria season.
Ha 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 ha. All right. You really think she's gonna fall for the YouTube Riz tutorial? When is DDG not doing some stuff, she might fall for his Riz. That was good. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Do you think AMP will ever have another member realistically? Are you asking me personally, like me? Like you really want to know?
That'll be,
like, you
be trolling, bro.
If you asking me, all right, look.
We still good.
All right, if you asking me for real, all right. All right, if you're really asking me for real,
Damn, son.
The answer is yes. Dead ass. If you're asking me, all right, word, bro. But I mean,
this man Phantom is funny, bro. He a professional filibuster, bro. Is that it? That's it. All right, that's it. That's all I have for this morning, man. You guys take care of yourselves. Y'all have a good day. And have a good morning. Have a good afternoon. Have a good evening. Have a good night. If nobody else told you today, I care for you. My name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 10K subs. Please subscribe and follow along because I'm live on this channel each and every single day. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and peace.
Rashad, why you didn't hit me up?
What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.